Welcome to the Authentically Elisa podcast, Reshaping Business with Integrity, the podcast where we explore how to run your business authentically and with integrity. I'm your host, Elisa Bogarts, a business coach and launch manager, helping coaches launch their programs and events that align with their business values. Together, we'll uncover the secrets to building a successful business without sacrificing morals, ethics, authenticity, or heart. Let's dive in. All right, so let's dive into today's episode. Today, we're going to be talking about ditching the expensive ads and generating customers on demand without expensive marketing. And today, my guest is Jennifer R. Glass. Jennifer R. Glass is an award-winning business growth architect, best-selling author, speaker, TV show producer, and the CEO of Business Growth Strategies International, the only company to offer business growth coaching along with review management and marketing services designed to increase a company's bottom line. Jennifer works with SMBs to help them to find the money they're leaving on the table. She's the author of multiple works, including her It's the Bottom Line That Matters series. Welcome, Jennifer. Great to have you here.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me, Elisa. Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me about how, you got into this field of work and just why you're so passionate about it.
Absolutely. And so for me, one of the reasons, first of all, I'm going to start on the backside of your question, why I'm so passionate. And I think that'll lead to the why I got into it. I am on a mission to make a huge difference in as many people's lives as I possibly can. I am a strong believer in the concept in Judaism of tikkun olam, which means to fix the world. I believe that we are put on this planet to leave it in a better position than we found it. One of the ways that I do that is by helping businesses find more opportunities, because as businesses grow, our communities grow, our nations grow. As everybody is getting more opportunity, everybody is getting lifted up. I've been accused of being utopian. And of course, when you're being accused of being utopian, it's an insult. And I will gladly, though, take that badge of honor and say, yes, I may be utopian. I don't see a downside when we're all being lifted up. I believe that when we can really be making a difference in the lives of everyday business people, whether you have a retail shop, you have a service that you're offering out of your home or out of an office, you're a nonprofit organization, whatever it may be, you are making a difference in the lives of those people that you touch. If we can have one more client working with you because you are now in a position that you can help them because you got them through the lead generation tactics that we discussed, you can now do more. Those nonprofit industries, organizations that depend on Main Street businesses to get more of what they need to do, they too can now come to you because you have more business coming in, you have more disposable income that you can be working with. And as you're helping them, again, it further helps the community. Our education system rises, our crime goes down, and everyone is really given a major lifting up in terms of what we do. And so the why I do what I do, because I really am laser focused on making that impact on the world's small business community. How I got into this is because I started my business in the credit card processing space way, 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 way back about 20 years ago. And I was working with businesses, helping them just get set up to take credit cards. And
Nice.
over time, everyone was like, I need this, I need that. And I kept on helping them do that. And I was doing everything that I can to continue to help. And eventually, what ended up happening was that people were saying, all right, you did this, you did this. Now I need more marketing help. I need coaching. And so I started working with my coaches then back in 2017. And they made me realize if I focused on the coaching and I offered everything else still as ancillary offerings, I can have a greater impact. It's not just an issue of my own take home pay, but it's an issue of having more visibility and more power to help even more people that way. And so that was how I got into this space. And over the years, putting the information that I've learned into these books, helping people get even more opportunities, and just getting up and speaking on so many different stages allows me to impart that information to so many people.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And some of that information is coming your way right now, listeners. And I'm very excited to dive into. And I love just when you talked about how you were sort of doing the credit card thing way back when. It just two things that popped in me, which I love sometimes how you when you learn something about people, how you find these synergies. So like my mom back in the 90s worked for CIBC, which is a Canadian bank. And she was doing that. She was installing the bank's terminals in small businesses. So she would actually go to the businesses physically, and she'd be crawling under and doing plugs, and then she would train them on it. And then eventually she was made redundant because it's like, well, we can just mail these people with a manual book, and they can do it themselves. Which is actually was her early retirement, so it worked out well. But and that was just so funny how she was also in that. And then I also worked for MasterCard, which is quite funny when I was in my corporate world as a technical program manager. um, so yeah, just kind of funny that we have that synergy.
Yeah, I remember well going up to MasterCard to pitch them on something that New York City was doing with the taxi cabs.
Oh.
And when I pitched them and I used the Priceless campaign with them, they said, the only one that ever used the Priceless campaign in a pitch with us. I'm like, hey, I'm happy to do it. It's your thing. I got to use it in your pitch. But yes,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they probably love that. So
yes.
how do you think that we can reshape business to be more in integrity?
So, one of the things that too many people in business today think about is it's me, 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 me.
Mm.
And they don't think about really trying to help, right? If you're going to pay me, I will give you everything. If you're not going to pay me, I don't want to talk to you. I am happy to have a conversation with someone, and very often I'll just pick up the phone and I'll randomly call someone and I'll say, listen, I'm not trying to sell you. I just want to offer help. Let's have a 10-15 minute call. What is your most burning issue? And let me see if I can help you.
Nice.
I'm not expecting anything in return. I mean, now if Karma wants to come back at me and help me and get me more clients to continue to do it, absolutely. I'm not going to say no. But I am more than happy to help other people. Like I said before, being on that mission to really be making that difference. Think about what you can be doing in your own four walls, if you will, of what you can do. Can you be more present in the community? Right? I'm in my 15th year being vice president of my Chamber of Commerce. Now, I may say shoot me sometimes because that's just ridiculous that it's so many years that I've been there. But again, I am giving back to the community. I serve on many other nonprofit boards and commissions. So, in terms of the things that you can be doing in your own business,
Right.
think about, is there something that you can do, even for one person? Can you be a mentor to someone? Can you have somebody come in and learn without the expectation of anything else in return? Whether you believe in karma, you don't believe in karma, you offer something good out there, things good will come back to you as well.
Yes, 100% agree with that. And like we almost want to reap what we sow, but in a good way. Right.
Yes.
So we can put out, and then yes, it'll definitely come back. And I remember when I made that shift as well with, like with sort of like a typical sales call when I first, got into the coaching world, and it was all like, okay, this is the kind of script and this is how the process is and the questions you got to ask and this and that. And I remember kind of deciding to be a lot more looser with it, but definitely putting in there being like, give some tips in here. Like, even though it is like, people do kind of know it's like a strategy call. They know it's going to be sort of like a sales call, but really I'm learning about their launches. And it's always like, okay, well, like, what could I tell them right now they can actually take away and go do towards their launch? And so I remember when I put that in, like yeah, I felt way more in integrity and just knew that I was helping, whether if it turned into a client or not, they could still go away with something. So
Right.
I love that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's give us some tips on how someone can, ditch the expensive ads and really generate the um, customers on demand without expensive marketing.
Absolutely. And thank you for that question. So, the first thing that I want to preface this with is think about it this way. You have probably seen or heard so many talking heads
Mm.
over the last several years that say advertise on Facebook, advertise on Google, you got to be on TikTok, you got to be on Instagram, you got to be on Facebook, you got to be doing groups, you got to be doing this, you got to be doing that. You know what? By the time you finish saying all of that, you're probably exhausted.
Yeah, 100%.
So, one of the things that you want to do is you want to really go back to some of the basics. You want to think about what you really can be doing that is not going to be throwing your entire savings away on some of those campaigns. Quickest way to lose a fortune is to do something wrong.
Mhm.
So, what do? You start looking at what you really can be doing. Who are some of those people? If you think about a joint venture or strategic partnership, who are some of those people that are already talking to the exact same people that you're trying to talk to as well? As an example, if you are in the bridal industry, who can you be talking with? Let's say you're the florist. Well, you can talk to the jeweler, you can talk to the wedding hall, you can talk to a caterer, the photographer, the invitations person, the baker, the officiant. I don't know if I said the DJ. All of those people that are in that event chain, you can
Mhm.
have a relationship with where everybody up and down the event chain can be giving referrals back and forth. It can be formalized in an agreement or it can be a loose agreement, depending on how everyone in that event chain wants to handle it. If you are in a different industry, take as an example a realtor, title, insurance, mortgage, landscaping, architects, all of those people that may be in that space. Again, same idea, up and down, everybody can benefit. It's
Yeah.
not going to cost a significant amount of money to find
Mhm.
those opportunities. And if you do pay any money, it is only when business is closed. It is not upfront. So it's not like you're paying Facebook to advertise on Facebook. Sorry, Meta, is what it is. Then
Yeah, I
let's look
love
at
that.
another
I
example.
really like
Sorry?
that how like in the coaching world you can really get creative with it as well. Like I know somebody that is a grief coach. And so she actually just went to like the local what is it called? I want to say funeral parlor place,
The
but
funeral
they
home. Yeah.
yeah, or like where they actually like, people go after someone has passed and they notice that what is the name of them? But that person who played that role was often kind of putting in a situation where they sort of were kind of doing the coaching where really they wanted to be just kind of, getting the details about the funeral. So they were
Yeah,
really
the
good
funeral
partnership.
director.
They were the really good partnership, right? So it was like if someone needs to actually help with their grief, well, I'm going to send them business your way. And so
Hmm?
and even like for me with launching programs and I work with more established coaches, well, I can talk to somebody who does branding. I can talk to somebody who even does like styling and helps people in on that level, with their dress. So you can really get creative with it of the different type of people you can collaborate with.
Exactly. And then you can also look at the people that you speak with and that you're not following up with. Why aren't you following up? Too many of us
Mm.
think, all right, after the third time somebody didn't get back to me, I'm just going to write them off. We know that even on the best of traffic, it can take 8 to 12 touches to really be getting somebody to buy.
Yeah.
Don't just give up after 3 times. Follow up with them. And it doesn't have to be anything, by the way, salesy. Here's something you can do. If you have a particular article that you see about an industry, to use Elisa, your story about the funeral director, if I see something that funeral prices are going to be going up and here's how to pre-plan and do everything, I may send that article to the funeral director and say, hey, just saw this. I don't know if you can use it in some sort of way in your own business. That is a touch. And
Mm-hmm.
you're not even asking for the business, but they're going to appreciate the fact that you reached out and you sent them something of value. Think about what that means when people see you as a trusted resource instead of as a salesperson. Again, that helps to build your know, like, and trust factor in terms of where you're going and also the what you do. Because again, know, like, and trust is one thing, but we have to know what you do too. But where you go from there, these are all different things that you can be doing to really start generating even more opportunities.
Love that. Yeah, it's such a good thing to do because you're right. There is several touches, and a lot of that is just actually giving the value. It's not just like, hi, do you want to have another call? Hi, do you want to have another call?
Exactly.
Do more of that. Like you invite them to something new, give them some information, maybe even just touch base. Cause I find also like, you end up having conversations and you learn something personal about somebody. So maybe you could just follow up with them on a personal note as well. Just kind of a nice little touch base. Yeah. I love that.
Thank you.
So yeah, to recap, we talked about, well, I love what you said, how the quickest way to lose a fortune is to do something wrong. I thought that was a fantastic quote. Yeah, because and it's true, like with all the advertising, like I don't know if people, someone had told me about Google ads, about how like you have to invest like thousands and thousands for it to even like work properly to for people to even see your ads, so if you only do like a little bit of money here and there, it actually like nobody will see them ever, so you're literally just throwing your money away. So yeah,
Right.
so like if it's, unless you're willing to really invest heavily, and actually if you know what you're doing as well, doing different A B testing and all that kind of stuff with ads, it may not be your best way. You might want to hire someone to do that for you, who actually knows how to do all that stuff when you get to a place where you can maybe afford that and you want to go huge. But I totally agree with you. I think collaboration is really the key. And one of the best things I love about collaboration is, the people that you can partner with, you have your same ideal clients, they end up being your friends. So you can get all these same people in your industry and you have these connections. And if you see an in-person events, and you actually like can build relationships with them, which is really nice because especially as like a solopreneur and entrepreneurship, some people can find it very lonely. So if you can make those collaborations, and then, if you're top of mind with them and you have a close relationship with them, they're more likely to refer business to you and you to them as well, right? Because they're more top of mind.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And then we also talked about follow up, this interesting thing about, and with the touches as well, there's something about like there's different ways that people need to see you. So whether it be live on Zoom, maybe they watch a video, maybe they read a post, maybe they see like an image in your post, they read your newsletter. There's lots of different ways that you can do the different touches, and apparently they kind of need multiple different ways. So always be kind of providing different ways that people can see you. um,
Yeah,
and
we
I
all
love that.
have
Always give
different
value.
modalities of learning and getting information. And so using all of that, that helps. And just keep in mind, it's not always just selling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So based on what we spoke about today, is there sort of like a specific action that our listeners can do today?
Today, I would say, first of all, start going through the people that you have been talking with in the last month. If you
Mm.
haven't reached out, follow up and say, hey, I hope all is well. And here's something of value, whatever that piece of value is, send it to them. I saw this on LinkedIn. I saw this news piece, whatever it may be. Put your own little spin on it, how it may potentially impact them, even if they already know about it. Don't worry about that. That's not your concern. The issue is that they see you're thinking about them, and that is going to carry so much weight. You know why? Because your competitor is not doing the same thing. And so when you do it, you immediately leapfrog over anyone else, even if you're slightly more expensive, because they know you are going to care. As perfect example, I posted a comment just yesterday on a Facebook post where someone was saying she wanted to spend $20 an hour on SEO. And I said, I don't want to be rude, but I just want to be realistic. $20 an hour is not going to cover it when you look at all of these things. And I listed out about 8 or 9 different things that an SEO specialist will do every month as part of the services. And when I laid it out, you know how many people reached out to me? I need you. I need you. I need you. Because it wasn't anything anymore about just saying, this is the price. It was, this is where we are. And I purposely didn't even quote prices, but it was, I need you. You're the clear expert here. Everyone else that's saying they're the expert, that you're the one that actually is reaching out and saying, you really understand this, whereas other folks don't. And so think about, share that information with them, and you are going to be seeing significant more opportunities.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Yes. And if you don't already have a list of the people that you're always following up with, start making a list and make a little notes to yourself as the last time you reached out. And then Yeah, send reminders to continue following up. Oh, well, thank you so much for today. So tell us, where can our listeners find you online?
You can definitely find me on my website, bgsicoaching.com. I'll have other links and places where Lisa will include that in the description for all y'all. So I look forward to hearing from you. And if I can be of service, just let me know.
And to finish us off today, do you have any final words of wisdom?
Final words is take action. Too many of us sit here and we take notes and we do all of the good things. It's like after I finish speaking on stage, if you ever watch the speakers, they get rushed right as soon as they come off the stage. And everyone comes over and they want to talk with you. And they're all like, I took 30 pages of notes. 30 pages. You're the only one that I actually took notes from. I'm like, that's really nice. And from an ego boost, of course. But at the end of the day, I ask the same question. What are you going to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not going to take any action, you wasted your time. I really want to encourage you, go back, listen to the episode again, listen to some of the ideas that Elisa and I were talking about, and then take action. Do something. If you don't, you cannot change. If you do take action, there's an opportunity for significant growth.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Thank you so much. I'm also very much an action taker and also always encourage people to do it. So I'm so glad to hear that from you too. And it's so true. Our businesses are not going to succeed if we just kind of hide behind our computers and are just always learning everything but never doing anything. And so we need to take action in order to grow and thrive. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer. It was great talking with you today.
Likewise, Elisa, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope it inspired you to live a more authentic life. I'd love your help in inspiring more people to live authentically. So please follow, rate, and leave a review so we can create a ripple effect of authenticity. Until next time, stay true to you, be bold, and thrive on your own terms. This is Elisa, signing off authentically.